Listen, talking to people, for a lot of people, is terrifying. I'm Andrew C. Bailey.
I'm Jacqueline T. Burnson.
And we're known as Elite Love Tutors and Human Metamorphosis Coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And we help people with a lot of things. One of them is to be great at conversations. Listen, I used to be a guy, and maybe you can relate to this, where you'd go to a party and you'd be the only one not talking at all.
Like zip.
Or you'd be saying stupid stuff. Or you would just be the guy that everybody's like, why isn't he talking? Or why isn't she talking?
Or several days after the party, you're like, oh, that's what I should have said.
Yeah. No. Or you don't even go to the party because you like a part of you wants to go, but you talk yourself out of it because you're terrified, and you have a lot of anxiety and tension when you think about going.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for you to maybe make friends. Maybe it's hard for you to talk to your coworkers or boss or find the love of your life.
Yep. And that is actually who both Andrew and I used to be.
Yeah.
We were both very, very, I don't know, filled with anxiety, terrified, awkward.
You name it.
Whatever you want to call it. That was basically both of our whole upbringing of our early life.
Yeah. And what sucks about that is on this planet, it's run by people, and you have to learn how to communicate effectively, concisely, confidently, calmly, or you're going to have a lot of trouble.
Everything you want in life, you have to get from somebody else.
Right.
Usually you have to communicate, even just at the store, you have to talk to the cashier, or if you want that raise, maybe you have to go talk to your boss. Or if you really want to meet the love of your life, you're going to have to go talk to some people. And so being able to effectively communicate with another person, being able to express who you are and to feel confident and to feel like you can go into a room with 100 people and just be yourself. That is one of the most amazing feelings in the world. I know, because I used to be terrified to talk to people. I couldn't talk to my boss. I couldn't talk to my coworkers. Even in family get-togethers where I had known everybody since I was a kid, I'd be like,
And still, you feel...
And I feel weird and like, oh my gosh, people are thinking I'm crazy because I'm not talking.
Probably talking behind my back and gossiping.
Yeah, and then all I could say when I did talk to people was, oh, the weather's been really hot lately, or, oh, how's your job? And that was it, really.
And what did you want?
Well, I really wanted to be able to feel a sense of confidence in myself and my ability to express who I was, because I just felt like if I truly said what I wanted, if I actually opened my mouth and let the floodgates go, that something terrible would happen. And I'd become a fool, or people would laugh at me, or I would say something really stupid. And so I just, kept my lips zipped. And it cut me off from a lot of things in life. How about you, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be a guy who would sabotage a lot of things, a lot of social events that, people would invite me to it, and I'd be wanting to go, but I wouldn't go because there was something inside of me that just locked up and was, so I would decline things, even job offers when I'm 34 now, but I can remember back when I was like 19, went in, got the job. They call me up. I don't call them back because I'm just terrified of people, man. I don't know what to do. Yeah. And so I finally turned this around one day after being dumped by many women and missing out on a lot of social events. I actually went out and studied communication skills, social skills, how to socialize. Long story short, I went out and put myself through this process of meeting 3,000 people out in bars and clubs and just regular social events and mixers, and found out what makes people tick. And can you actually learn the skill to talk to anyone, anytime? Because how cool would that be? Because I thought you're just born with this, that some people have charisma, some people have, that element to them, and some people don't. And it's just not true. Everybody can learn how to be an effective communicator. Everybody can learn how to be playful and fun. everybody can unlock their genius
Mm-hmm.
and become a conversation genius.
Absolutely. And Andrew and I are testaments to this because we both started out as people who were basically have a zipper over our mouths.
Yeah.
And when I first met Andrew on our first date, I actually really just didn't have social skills still when I first met him. And I've been able to completely transform my life from him teaching me the knowledge he's learned before we met each other.
Right.
And I can attest to you that the whole world is different for you when you go out and you feel really confident in your capability to communicate with people. You have access to different people, you have access to different events, you make connections that can help you in different areas of your life. You make really quality friends where you connect deeply at a soul level. All of the things that you can't do if you don't know how to communicate effectively.
Yeah. So this is a skill that everybody needs to learn. In fact, Warren Buffett, the second richest man in the world, said the biggest gift I ever gave myself was to take a communication course. And without that, I would not be as wealthy as I am today. And I can tell you that many of our clients have went from, I can't even leave the house, to being able to find the love of their life and being able to communicate at work more effectively and get promotions, you name it. Communication skills, conversation skills can transform every aspect of your life.
They will transform every aspect.
And so we want to tell you about a brand new, this is super exciting, masterclass we have coming up called Conversation Genius Masterclass number 1, the fundamentals. So here's a video about that right now.
So if you want to be able to have confident conversations that go really well, then you're going to need to first learn the fundamentals of conversation, which is what Andrew and I teach in the Conversation Genius Masterclass number 1, which is always the first thing we go over with anyone who wants to improve their conversations, because it's like the foundation of a house. If you have a crumbly or rocky foundation for your house, then it's going to collapse.
Exactly. The fundamentals, what they give you is they get you thinking in the right way so that you're not coming in thinking conversations are something that they're not.
Exactly. So with having really great conversations, we have created a Conversation Genius system. And in terms of the masterclass number 1, which is the fundamentals, there are some key things that we teach in the beginning for anyone who is new to conversations or who hasn't actually had any education on this at all. So this is a 4-step system. The first step in the system are the 8 genius mindsets. So there are 8 mindsets when you're learning the fundamentals of conversation. There are more than this, but when you're in the very beginning of becoming a black belt at conversations, there are 8 that are going to completely shift your perspective on how you even are thinking or approaching the idea of talking to another person.
Yeah, you got to get your mind right. You can't be going in there with a bunch of anxiety and tension. And that's what these mindsets do. They take you from being in fear, and they teach you to think in a way that you're like, oh, this is like a fun event for me.
Exactly. So the mindsets alone, just by themselves, are going to help eliminate a lot of that tension, a lot of that anxiety, a lot of that awkwardness that you feel when you go to talk to somebody, especially people you don't know.
Well, even a lot of the, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to even, I don't even know what to comment on.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Gets really taken care of in these 8 genius mindsets. So step number 2 is, after we get your mind right, well, how do you actually open your mouth and start a conversation with another person? Right.
I mean, the first thing you got to do in a conversation is you actually got to start it. You got to approach somebody, whether that's, a coworker, a love interest, somebody you're networking with. The conversation starts like a book starts. And there's 3 secrets we're going to go over that are going to make opening any conversation, starting any conversation feel just so easy and authentic and low pressure.
Exactly.
But also to get somebody's attention immediately and stand out.
And you'll be able to use these 3 secrets about how to start a conversation anywhere, anytime, with any person. This can be a friend, somebody you've known for a long time. This can be a family member. This can be somebody you've never met. It can help you with any type of conversation you're creating. That's why it's so valuable. And step number 3, after you start a conversation, well, it kind of has to go somewhere, right? It just, after 1 minute, you have to know what to do after that initial hello portion. And that's
Right.
where the step 3 of how to actually connect with this person that you're talking to comes
Right.
in.
You can start a conversation, but continuing it after a minute or so, a lot of people just fall flat and it gets really awkward. And so we're going to teach you with these 3 secrets how to make an instant connection that goes farther than just like a tip of the iceberg. We want you to go below the surface and to really connect with this person on an emotional level where they feel like, wow, this person actually is a cool cat. I want to get to know them even more. And so that's what connection is all about.
Exactly. And for me, when I was not good at conversations before I met Andrew and he taught me what he knew, this part was really difficult for me. I could open my mouth for a few minutes, ask a couple, how's the weather? How's your job? What do you do? Kind of stuff. But then I couldn't go any deeper than that. I couldn't actually figure out who this person was. I couldn't connect with them on a level where it was like we were vibing together. I could never reach that portion. So this connect section is really going to help you reach that level with another person where you're both feeling like, ooh, like, wow, we're having like some fun together here. This feels really great talking to each other. And then after you're able to build that connection using the 3 secrets, you're also going to need to figure out, well, how do I get it away from this conversation? How do I end this conversation? Whether that be you don't want to ever talk to this person again, or maybe you want them to be your friend, or maybe you want them to be a business connection, or hey, maybe even you want this person to go down the romantic lane. So how do you actually end a conversation in a way that takes it to the next step of where you want that relationship to go with that person? Because each one of those different scenarios, you want to approach it a little bit differently. So how to end the conversation, step 4, is going to tell you exactly how to progress the relationship with this person to the next level.
So you see this 4-step conversation genius system, and most people, you got to know, don't have any systematic process that they go through to have incredible conversations. They don't even know that you should have a system.
They don't even know you can learn it.
It's like a possibility to have one. And it doesn't have to be anything complex. We're keeping it simple here. We're giving you the stuff that works, the stuff that took me over a decade to figure out, and we're just giving it to you here on a silver platter.
In fact, we purposefully kept this simple because with the knowledge that Andrew and I have, especially the knowledge that Andrew has because he's so advanced in communication, he could talk about this forever. And so really making sure that we give you just what is the most important is the key we've done in this system.
Right.
So when you have competence in the Conversation Genius system, it gives you something else.
Confidence.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the more you practice the system and the secrets that are within it, the more you're going to feel comfortable around everybody in all social situations. And so as you go and use the system and you implement it, and you feel like, wow, I'm really getting this down, you won't feel any anxiety, any tension in conversations. In fact, you'll feel confident, calm, even excited. Imagine being excited to go to a work party or a networking party, or to go approach a beautiful woman or a handsome man or whatever it is for you. But imagine just being confident and relaxed when you're doing it instead of a nervous wreck. I want to take the nervousness out for you.
Forever.
Yeah.
What the secrets that Andrew shared with me that you're also going to be able to learn from this system have basically revolutionized my life. I went from being nervous and freaking out just at family gatherings with people that were my family to now being able to be in a room at a business networking event with 100 entrepreneurs and, a huge portion of them millionaires, and being able to just communicate with everyone and anyone without feeling any bit of awkwardness or anxiety. It's completely changed my life.
Right.
So the confidence that you have is going to change every situation you've ever had with another person.
So how can you learn this system? When can you learn this system? Because I'll tell you, you're going to be using conversations for the rest of your life. So we're doing a live masterclass, going over the fundamentals, Friday, July 7th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time.
Not recorded. This is live with us right there with you in a classroom kind of setting.
Right. So it's limited to only 10 people, men and women. It doesn't matter.
And that's because during the masterclass where we're going to teach the fundamentals, we are going to be doing live conversation lab. So when I was taking biology or chemistry classes, we would go in and we'd have a lecture and we'd learn information. And then we'd have to go and apply the information in the laboratory. And so that is what we are also going to be doing in this masterclass. We are going to be teaching you skills and techniques for conversation, and then we're actually going to be practicing with you live.
Right. So honestly, if, my old self who was full of anxiety, didn't know what to say, felt awkward in social situations, heard about learning about a system, I'd be excited. But if I heard about the live conversation lab,
be nervous.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't want
to get on live.
I don't want to look, I'd actually be like, I don't want to look stupid or sound stupid. But I'm telling you, we're here to hold your hand. We're here to help you.
Yes.
We want you to succeed.
And honestly, we've been there before. Both Andrew and I sucked at social skills and conversation skills. So we've both been white belts before. If that's where you're starting, if you're coming in as a white belt, then just know that we're here to support you. No one's here to judge you. And if you really are just way too nervous to even want to participate in this manner, then that's okay. You can just type in the chat if you prefer.
Right. Good.
So what do you get when you get your ticket to the Conversation Genius Masterclass number 1 Fundamentals? Well, the first thing you get is you get access to the 3-hour masterclass, value $2,997, because it's 3 hours and we charge $1,000 an hour.
Yeah, so 3 hours to shift from where you are right now to where you want to be with conversations.
Yeah, you'll know how to go from the beginning of a conversation to the end of the conversation in one class.
So we're going to throw in a bonus recording of the masterclass, value $2,997. The great thing about this is, listen, in learning, if you ever study learning, repetition is the mother of all skill. You need to rep things to really install them into your mind, your heart, and your soul. And so we're going to give you the recording of the entire 3-hour class so you can listen to it over and over and over and loop it and integrate the information so that you don't have to be there on the class like scribbling notes and, I hope I don't miss anything and what did they say and all that shit. You don't have to be like that because we're going to give you the recording. And you can also play this on any device that you have, whether that be an iPhone, an iPad,
as long as you have internet access.
Whatever, a PC, a Mac.
Yep. As long as you have internet access, any device will work to be able to listen to this recording. So the second bonus we have for you that we're really excited to, this free bonus, is that we're going to also throw in a whole nother product, which is our Conversation Genius dating demos, value $497. There are 10 conversation demos that Andrew and I have done, ranging through a whole bunch of different kinds of scenarios, from speed dating to meeting somebody for a first date, from online to meeting somebody, at a mall. There's all sorts of different kinds of demos we've put together.
There's even one in there for networking. Now you're maybe thinking, but I'm not dating, I'm in a relationship.
That's cool.
It doesn't matter. You're going to have to flirt and have great conversations with your spouse for the rest of your life to keep your marriage hot and sizzling.
And the other great thing about these demos that Andrew and I put together is they actually have advanced conversation techniques that go beyond what you're going to be learning in Masterclass number 1, Fundamentals. So you'll be able to actually analyze and go over these demos to figure out a bunch of other highly advanced conversation techniques that we have thrown in for you to learn from.
Yeah, I remember giving 3 of these demos to a client a couple of years ago, and he was freaking out. He was like, I need this stuff. I need to hear how it sounds. I need to hear the tonality. I need to hear the delivery, because, and then he listened to him and thought, my conversations don't sound anything like that.
So just from repping these conversations, you can actually learn communication patterns and communication style that will basically subliminally program you to enhance your own conversations.
Right. So imagine you're going to attend the class, you're going to have the recordings of the class, and imagine sitting there listening to great conversations. Like, how far ahead are you going to be from where you are right now?
Exactly. And not only are there the bonus 1 and 2, but we also have a third bonus for you that we're super excited about, which is a 1-hour private tutoring session live with Andrew and I, 1-on-1 or 1-on-2, because you're going to have both of us. And during this session, what we're going to do is we are going to figure out exactly where your communication skills are and what specific techniques are going to be best to help you elevate your communication skills like tenfold during that session.
Yeah. So imagine being on your computer. We're on our computer and we're talking back and forth to each other. And within 5 minutes, I can literally detect almost all your conversation issues, point them out to you, and we'll start working on it like you were a car coming into a mechanic.
Exactly. The only issue here is that it is only for the first 3 people who purchase their tickets.
Right.
We can't do this for everyone. We usually charge $1,000 an hour, so this is valued $997, and we can't give this to everybody. So if you're one of the first 3 people that purchase your ticket, we will email you and notify you that you have won this 1-hour private tutoring session.
Yeah, so this is why you want to buy now.
Get in on this.
Because you want to be able to get on a session with us.
Exactly. So the next thing to know is that this is a total value of everything altogether of $6,494. The normal price we charge for our Conversation Genius Masterclasses is $297 since it's 3 hours with us. But we have something really special this weekend.
Right, we're doing an Independence Day flash sale for you. So it's not going to cost you an investment of $297. The flash sale ticket price is a steal, is only $97.
This is crazy.
$97 to take you from where you are right now to where you want to be with your conversation skills. From having no system when you talk to people to having a system that works, that's tested. Dude, it's sick.
That you can practice
in on
at
this
home.
now for just $97.
That's a 67% discount, which is crazy insane for the 3-hour class plus the 3 bonuses that you're also going to get in addition to that. However, there's a big old warning here. The flash sale is going to end midnight Pacific time. That's California time, Monday, July 3rd.
Right.
Okay. So if you don't purchase before then you're going to have to, after that, pay the $297.
Yeah,
okay?
But don't wait right now. Don't wait until 5 minutes before midnight. Get in on it now.
Well, there's only 10
because
spots.
You want that tutoring session.
Exactly. And there's only 10 spots and there's only 3 tutoring sessions available. So if you really want that and you actually want to get in and not have it sell out before you purchase, then you're going to want to take advantage of this now. All right. So click the button below this video and you'll be taken to a page where you can purchase your flash sale ticket for $97.
Right.
And then after you purchase, you will be taken to a page where you're going to get instant access to the members area.
So what's in that members area that they get immediately?
All right. So this members area, you're going to have to create a login and a password. And then once you get inside of it, all of the conversation demos are already going to be there for you to listen to immediately.
So literally in a couple minutes, they could be listening to all the demos.
All 10 of them, yes. And then also in that members area, there is going to be a place where you can find the link and the itinerary for the live class, and that's where the video of the recording will also be put after we have the class. And so everything that you're going to need is going to be right there in that members area.
Right.
For
Awesome.
you. All right, so let's go over again what you actually get with your ticket.
So you're going to get access to the 3-hour masterclass, value $2,997. You're going to get the bonus recording of the class, value $2,997. You're going to get bonus number 2, the Conversation Genius dating demos, value $497. If you're one of the first 3 people to buy, you're going to get a 1-hour private tutoring session with us for value $997. Total value is $6,494. But for you, it's just $97. Get in on this now. This is the best deal that's out there this weekend. Click the button below now. Do not hesitate. Join us live Friday, July 7th, 6 p.m. through 9 p.m. Pacific time, so that we can teach you this system and get you on the fast track to success in any conversation. I don't care if you're wanting to get a date. I don't care if you're looking for the love of your life. I don't care if you're someone that just wants to be a master networker. I don't care if you want to use these conversation skills even to do a presentation at work.
And maybe you're somebody who's just kind of lonely and you don't really have any quality friends because you have a hard time expressing who you are and really showing people the true you. Conversation skills are going to take your entire life and they're going to basically explode the access you have on this planet. You're going to be able to do things that you never thought you were even capable of. And I tell you this from my own experience of being somebody who had massive social anxiety. I couldn't even go out and hang out with my friends without drinking myself drunk because I was so petrified to be around people. Your whole life will change if you learn to become a conversation genius.
Right, so get in on this right now, and we will see you on the class.